Single don't want to delay you. But there's a restaurant, so. What? What's a restaurant, so? Yeah, I'm single, don't want to delay. So, shit. I never go inside an apartment, me still check it. Now I'm single, don't want to delay you. But there's a restaurant, so. What? What's a restaurant, so? Yeah, I'm single, don't want to delay. So, shit.
Popularly known as Endaba in Kano State, are here to embrace the amnesty initiative introduced by the Nigeria Police Force in the state. About 3 months ago, the Kano State Police Command invited some identified individuals believed to be behind the escalation of thuggery and other heinous crimes in the state for dialogue. The meeting yielded a positive response as some of the thugs embraced the initiative. Among the 222 repentant thugs, 50 of them drawn from Dala, Fege, Ungogo, Kano Municipal, and Gwale local government area of the state, having completed a 2-month intake training as members of the Nigerian Police Special Constabulary, were decorated. They pledged to promote peace in the state and promised not to go back into thuggery.
I am among the 50 people who were trained and absorbed into the Nigerian Police Force, and I am prepared to play my part to ensure that Kano is peaceful. We will go around the state and continue to preach peace to the people so as to keep the state safe.
While welcoming the repentant thugs into the society, the Commissioner of Police, CP Mohammed Gumen, debunked reports making round that the police is recruiting thugs as its personnel. He says the amnesty initiative is only aimed at sustaining peace in the state.
As of today, the police command has received a total of 222 influential youth and are committed to crime prevention duties with the police to fish out violent criminals among them, notorious thugs popularly known as Endaba, who over the years engaged in supremacy conflict, Padandaba as we call it.
The governor of the state, Abba Yusuf, who gave a rosy welcome to the repentant thugs, urged them to be good ambassadors of the state.
From the day they surrendered, they have been subjected to series of reformatory process. They have undergone lectures from psychologists and other experts in human behaviorism. And by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are going to give them all the necessary.
Popularly known as Endaba in Kano State,
elements, religious, Islamic element in the Yoruba ethnic group, to use them to destabilize that mighty people who have built empires like Oyo and other places long before anything. But they are looking for some weak elements. Like Tunumbu is a weak element. People think he's powerful, but he's a weak element in the Yoruba world. These are the weak elements they want to use to be able to push the Islamic agenda. People have been telling you that Islamic agenda is a lie. No, it's true. I can tell you that I was born a Muslim. My people have been Muslim since the 7th century. I'm a Madinga. And we have been Muslim. There is nobody in my ethnic group who is Christian. All my people have been Muslim. And I studied Islam in northern Nigeria. And I'm telling you, the agenda is to push that country toward Islamic agenda or destroy it completely. So to your question, I will tell you that Nigeria does not have a bright future for now. It doesn't have a bright future for now. The elements that are in the north, and most of them are receiving grants. Some of them, even in university, they are getting grants from this Qatar, and all the extreme Islamic group are giving them money. And they are building, their power is increasing day by day in the political system. They are even creating billionaires. that eventually tomorrow they want to control western part of Nigeria. The East a little bit stubborn for them. Eastern Nigeria is stubborn. That's why they are isolating them. The isolation of the so-called Igbo, it's not because Igbo hate Nigeria. Igbos are the most Nigerian than any Nigerian. They are every part of Nigeria you find them. They have their own problem for sure, like every African group. But the issue, they are not the problem. But they are acting a little bit stubborn to the Islamic agenda. So they have to be isolated. And to do that, you need one of the most powerful group, which is the Yoruba group. If you don't use Yoruba, you can't succeed. And the Yoruba group is very educated. So what do? You look for the weak one among them, which is the Islamized ones, and play on their religious sentiment. And then you destabilize the country. I can tell you, my friends, you need a revolution. Elements, religious, Islamic element in the Yoruba ethnic group, to use them to destabilize that mighty people who have built empires like Oyo and other places long before anything. But they are looking for some weak elements. Tunumbu is a weak element. People think he's powerful, but he's a weak element in the Yoruba war. These are the weak elements they want to use to be able to push the Islamic agenda. People have been telling you that Islamic agenda is a lie. No, it's true. I can tell you that I was born a Muslim. My people have been Muslim since the 7th century. I'm a Madinga. And we have been Muslim. There is nobody in my ethnic group who is Christian. All my people have been Muslim. And I studied Islam in northern Nigeria. And I'm telling you, the agenda is to push that country toward Islamic agenda or destroy it completely. So to your question, I will tell you that Nigeria does not have a bright future for now. It doesn't have a bright future for now. The elements that are in the north, and most of them are receiving grants. Some of them, even in university, they are getting grants from this Qatar, and all the extreme Islamic group are giving them money. And they are building, their power is increasing day by day in the political system. Because they are even creating billionaires that eventually tomorrow they want to control western part of Nigeria. The East a little bit stubborn for them. Eastern Nigeria is stubborn. That's why they are isolating them. The isolation of the so-called Igbo, it's not because Igbo hate Nigeria. Igbos are the most Nigerian than any Nigerian. They are every part of Nigeria you find them. They have their own problem for sure, like every African group. But the issue, they are not the problem. But they are acting a little bit stubborn to the Islamic agenda. So they have to be isolated. And to do that, you need.
I would say I agree with the opinion that General Buhari in the last 8 years or thereabouts did virtually nothing, and I mean virtually nothing, in our fight against terrorism. If anything, he promoted and enhanced our hardship as far as the fight against terrorism was concerned. It's unfortunate that we're talking about our number one citizen as a then, within the period of the last 8 years, a period which I refer to that Nigeria had no political leader. We saw all the lines of actions taken by the, political strategic level of decision making. We saw all the lines of action taken even from the presidency. We saw how ministers who had business or things to do with terrorists, they are made to remain in their positions as ministers. One was even in charge of our entire national data. We could go on and on and on. We allowed undue sentiments right from the presidency to be visited in our alleged purported plan or action against terrorism. You could read religion, you could read tribalism, you could read ethnicity, and so on. It's unfortunate. And at the subnational level, We had governors, especially up north where I come from, under that administration that had all sorts of romance and unholy relationship with terrorism, degenerating to a situation where some of them were even talking of amnesty. It was shocking to some of us. Amnesty for who? You tell me they are repentant terrorists. Repentant from what? We as soldiers, our duty is not to come here and grant repentance. Our duty is to hasten your appointment to heaven or hell, where he will grant you penance. So, for us to be bringing large number of men from the forest, who hitherto were armed and taking on fellow Nigerians, then on the appearance of soldiers, they drop their weapon and you are compelled as a professional to take them PWs and you bring them back to us and say they are repentant what? And then you give their godfathers sitting in government houses to begin to talk about amnesty and even referring us to how amnesty was granted to some chaps way back in the under what's his name? Yeah, President Yaradua. In the Greeks. It's unfortunate. So now we have a new administration in place. In the last 6 or 7 months, I have not seen a change, so to speak, from what has been happening in the last 8 years. We will hope that the president now is not listening to some ill advice coming in from some elements or people who have sympathy with the last administration to him as to how to fight terrorism. We have an ample opportunity now to change the guard in how we fight terrorism. We should not. I appeal to my colleagues in the military. I understand very much what the rules of international law of war says concerning PWs and so on. I must tell you, gentlemen, if we've got to fight this war and come out of it unscathed and make sure that we don't eventually leave this war for our grandchildren to fight continually because of our attitude, then we've got to face this war and face it with all the brute it calls for. Face it with all the seriousness it calls for. Absolutely. And not to start heaping PWs here and there. The more PWs we gather, the more we are heaping up a reserve force for belligerents who tomorrow will face our children. Whether we want to accept it or not, that is the bitter truth.
Thank you for
simple.
The bitter truth as you
when
described.
You meet them in the forest, bring them down.
When you meet them in the forest, bring them down. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, and this is the late night conversation. Very, very important that I continue to say this. We need your support continuously. The media will not be able to operate without funding. It's as simple as that. Many people might continue to ask, why? Why do you ask for funding? Without funding, I will not be able to do what I'm doing. We have now got to the stage where we need to scale up a little bit, both on the ground and outside. If we are not equipped enough, you will not have to see as much from this platform. I will be out. It doesn't stop the campaign for Yoruba Nation, but we need to enhance the productivity of the media. Media is all about money. If you don't have the fund, you will not be able to operate properly. Many of you just want to see us coming out, listen to us, and then you go back to sleep. We have gone past that stage. We want to make sure that you're not just watching us, you are getting the feed, the right information, the right source. And this is why we say you must support, even if you've done it in the past. Continuity to support is ethical in any media, especially for the kind of the media that we are operating. Eventually, when we get to probably maybe in the near future, we don't have to come like this. we will know how to source for the funding to be able to operate the media. But right now, we need you to dip your hand in your pocket and fund it. Many of you don't know that. You have to. I could have just gone to bed and I care less. But no, I don't want to go to bed because this is what media does. Media is meant to be out there, especially in the current situation happening, still unfolding. I mean, many of you might not even understand that if these situations that we have been following in Ibadan happen in UK, I'm not expected to sleep in my house. I should be out there reporting it as it is unfolding. There are a lot of questions. I've seen multiple videos, and I can assure you that I don't have a clue to what has happened, but maybe tonight we can probably share ideas and see it, say it, salted. That is the language in UK. So when we are live, don't look at it as we are just live. We need you to fund it, fund this platform heavily so that I could have my correspondent right there, right now, but I'm not going to take that risk when we don't have the funding. So we hope that the message will continue to get to you. There's so many ways you can fund it. You can do the monthly, you can do the one-off, and you can do the continuous donation. And we will never stop asking because, like I said, it is ethical. It is something that it's, there's nothing wrong in that. But I don't need the politician funding. That is why we are coming to the public to ask you to fund the media. I am not a blogger. I am not a vlog. We are a media organization that have reliable information to share with you continuously. And like I said, we will get there. It's just a matter of when and how soon it's going to happen.
In this state is under assault. There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state, and of course, in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
Mo kí gbogbo wa pé ẹ káàbọ̀ padà sórí ètò wa ní àṣálẹ́ yìí. À ń bọ̀ àìtídé.
Ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ àdúgbò lọ́wọ́ àkí ọmọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ ìdílé tó kọ́ ní àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan wọn Adéyẹmọ. Ṣé Sunday Adéyẹmọ ipò orúkọ ńlá tí ń jẹ́mọ̀ láyà bí ara orúkọ tó ń dẹ́rù bo lórúkọ gan-an. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn o torí pé kò ra àpòlé ìfojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀ dáńkọ̀ ìlà wúrà tó máa dán àlá ló kọjá dandan o. Ọ̀wọ́n erin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan lè ṣe wá lọ́nà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àfimọ̀ṣọ́ kan ká lè débi re. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ atapẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ lèlè wodò sànyà ìsànyà òrìràn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sí náà ń ká sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho ìkan ṣe yín ní dábàdàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sánrán ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn ní kò ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ
ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì nípò mọ̀rẹ́ bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì nípò àfikàn pọ̀pọ̀ sí amúkan yòókù bọ̀ sànyà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ ọkọ̀ àfiṣẹ́rù wálé wàrà mùjì ọmọ onílé ọ̀la àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège tọ́láwọn oníbomi kó sí mu wọ́n láwọn oníbomi sànyà wẹ̀sẹ̀ ìgbà lójú kò fi rí kọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kó sí mu wọ́n sì bomi sànyà wẹ̀sẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan bẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé fi ránṣọ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Igboho onírèlẹ̀ láéláé torí àbá lásán ní kọ́ńdà òkúta ò ṣe pé fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ní ti balùwẹ̀ ó bọ́ sí kókó dòdò láyé ń bí ókun díẹ̀ tí kò domi láéláé tó ilé domi Sunday Igboho arógun má ti bí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní tilẹ̀ tó kó.
And we go straight into the program. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́. Ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́ kájọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹjẹ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú ọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòmú tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí pé ẹ̀ka alẹ́ àtúnkàbọ̀ sí orí ètò ti àṣálẹ́ níbi tí a tún máa dára wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí a máa wo gbogbo ohun tó ń lọ ní àyíká wa àmọ́ ẹ jẹ́ á gbọ́ ilé ìka tó máa tẹ̀síwájú sí i. And I say good evening and welcome once again. Ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ wa ní gbogbo orí platform dáadáa níbi tí a ti ń stream. We are live on more than 10 different channels. If you do not have notification on one platform, I beg you try to make sure and follow gbogbo platforms, even up to the Mix LR. That one is an independent away from the normal Facebook and YouTube. Ó lè jẹ́ yẹn lẹ́nu máa fi mọ̀ pé mo wà live. Ó dẹ̀ lè jẹ́ YouTube. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ kí n get the notification is because the platform is shadow banned. Kí ni meaning shadow banned? In tí mò ń ṣe ní bíbáyìí, wọ́n ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kó tanná síta. So wọ́n block view yẹn from the source of the social media company. Through instruction from different people around the world, mostly countries. I am not talking about individuals. I'm talking about countries that do not want you to be liberated. Because when you're about to liberate, you won't have any reason to come and live in this country. You probably want to come here on holiday, visit the British Museum, níbi tó jí gbogbo nǹkan mìíràn ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti so many other things. But you will not want to come and live here for any reason like I have lived. But for now, you will want to come and live here due to the fact that many things are not working in Nigeria. And one of the most important things that is not working in Nigeria, only security. When you don't have the adequate security wherever you live, then you are likely to be in danger. So, Teban Wawate lórí social media pé nígbà wo gan ni arákùnrin máa ń ṣe program ẹ̀, ẹ̀yin ni kẹ́ make sure pé gbogbo platforms tí mo wà ní kẹ́yìn follow. Kò wá síjọ́ kan tí probability pé ká má jáde ó slim. Tí mo bá jáde physically like this, because this is a live transmission from London at exactly 23:26 p.m. It's 24 hours clock. Into mi ni pé aago mọ́kànlá àbọ̀ ló fẹ́ lọ lù. Èní ni 16. Tẹ́yìn bá ti follow wa látorí X, which is former Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. We are live on 2 Instagram. We are live on 2 YouTube channel. We are even running on behalf of my colleagues, the Yoruba Nation Afonja TV, and we sometimes do Imole TV. The reason why we are streaming on their platform is because they wanted us to make sure that Interban Solori platform tiwa, because iṣẹ́ kan náà la jọ gbé dání, that means we are sister broadcast. You will find me on my blog, on our website. Many of you have said it. You come across the blog, you don't even click on it. But bí a torí pé kò ń ṣe tasting kan tẹ́ fẹ́, many of you expect me to talk about Yoruba Nation alone. I dedicated my own media organization 3 years ago for this job. And I stated it clearly because ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa láàrin ìrìn àjò yìí ni. 3 years ago, when Baba Akintoye told us that we should forget about trying to save the country tó ń pè ní Nigeria, I brought myself in. And I need to state this clearly because mo ti gbọ́ táwọn kan náà ti lọ sọ níbì kan nínú Clubhouse or wherever that àwọn làwọn mú mi wá sínú movement. Nobody brought me into the movement. I put myself and myself into the movement. I talk about Nigeria all the time. And I'll just give us a recollection. 2019, around coming to December, there were COVID going around the world. Presently, it is also kicking off again from China, but we'll come back to that some other time. I remember Moman Fun Heritage, Malojoko Sorry platform Monigbain as well. So I gave the countdown of the COVID from Nigeria, how many numbers from each of the states. That is for those of you that remember. Along the line, I came across the Baba Akintoye video. What was the video? We have played that video so many times, but just for recollection, because Johnny Yoruba Nation bẹ̀rẹ̀ from Baba Akintoye. I'm not talking about àwọn tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní 50, 60, 100 years ago. I'm talking about the 21st century movement. That video propped up from wherever it was. And we got to find out that this was what the video said then.
Been accepted as the 45th member of the Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization. Leader of the Yoruba World Congress, Professor Banji Akintoye, says the membership represents a a very important step in the collective quest of well-meaning Yoruba people to achieve the goal of dignity and self-determination.
It is my great pleasure and pride to inform you that the Yoruba nation has been admitted to the membership of UNPO. UNPO means Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization, with its headquarters in The Hague. The UNPO expressed their gladness to welcome the Yoruba nation as a new member of UNPO, and they are looking forward to working with us. It is important because it is a great stride, and it represents a very important step in our collective quest to achieve the goal of dignity in the country in which we live, and also to achieve the goal of self-determination for our nation. Our Yoruba nation now has a voice on the international stage via the...
We now have a voice on the international stage via
machinery of the UNPO, which maintains a permanent presence before the United Nations and before other international agencies like the European Union, the African Union, the United States government, and the governments of various other countries across the world.
That is how we found and fall in love with such a powerful platform. So if you are not conversant with ìrìnàjò yìí tẹ́kọ̀ darapọ̀ láàrin méjì, maybe you should go back and look at my first video. But it was not even this that prompted me to saying that Nigeria, I will use all my own strength to bring it down. It was not even before this. I'll remind you, even though my Facebook was brought down in the course of this movement, that Facebook was open in 2007, where I was doing my own other activities between the Nigerian community in UK, where I lived for the last 2 decades. I got a video sent to me from Akure. And when I got that video, arákùnrin náà tí ó padà survive, but video yẹn bí a ti bá padà lọ sínú archive màá rí. Nígbà tí staff mi tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún mi send video yẹn wọlé, I thought maybe it was an animal tó slaughter sílẹ̀lẹ̀, so mo tètè recollect pé èèyàn ni. Ó wá pè mí padà pé ọ̀gá, fídíò tí mo fi ránṣẹ́ sí ṣé ẹ rí ni? Mo ní mo rí. Mo ní ṣebí ẹran lọ́kùn sílẹ̀, ó ní no, ó ní èèyàn ni. Mo ní kó jẹ́ kí n pè padà. And I went back and I watched the video. And yours truly, it was a human being. Ni Fulani Shapa. I was in my son's bedroom, okay, and I turned on my phone and I was crying. But during that cry, I said it clearly, that would be from my own end, the beginning and the end of Nigeria. I said it in that video, that I will make sure pé gbogbo tá máa ṣe tí ìlú yẹn máa fi pín, tá máa fi gbé wálẹ̀. It was a very, very powerful video and very, very emotional. And I remember one of my auntie, I'm not going to mention her name, but she's a member of the APC. Wọ́n pè wọlé lórí program yẹn, mo ṣe ń ṣe live yẹn, wọ́n bẹ̀ mí pé kí n gbé live yẹn wálẹ̀. I didn't listen to her. And she was also crying. Òun ti sọ fún àwọn, Tinubu was not the president as at the time, but he was member of the APC. Pé intention tí àwọn call attention yín sí tẹ̀ down àwọn ọmọ kan máa dìde o tó máa challenge yín àwọn mọ in tí mo lè ṣe from the work I've done within the Nigerian community. Even though we had issues in Nigeria, I was still participating in most of the engagement in the community in UK. I was even given an award. Mo kàn sọ ilé ìfẹ́ yín tí ẹ ní understanding bí tèmi ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ because some of you probably never know me. She was crying bitterly. Àwọn sọ fáwọn APC pé ẹ ṣe ìlú dáadáa ìyà ń jẹ àwọn èèyàn ẹ mú security wá ẹ ṣe gbogbo táwọn èèyàn fẹ́ ẹ dá wọn lóhùn Buhari ló ń ṣèjọba nígbà yẹn even though Tinubu ló lọ gbé Buhari wá mo ṣáà send owó sílé wọ́n tọ́jú ọmọ yẹn ìyẹn boy náà kódà ó ti send video sí mi níjọ́ kan ó ti marry ó ti bímọ. Is because not me, but Ọlọ́run ló kọ̀ lo àwa fún. It would have been a dead person. Òun náà bá wọn jà. Ọ̀kadà ló ń gùn. Kódà later mo tẹ̀ wá gbọ́ pé kò tẹ̀ tó ń ṣe Yorùbá níjọ́ náà lọ. Ó dà pé Calabar tó ń gbé ní Àkúrẹ́ ni. Òun ní òun gangan ló ń jẹ́ bí the household father. Tó ń tọ́jú àǹtí ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ àǹtí ẹ̀ sí ọ̀kadà tó ń gùn yẹn kí ló dẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ ó gbéyàn kan ní àyàn kan àbí méjì wọn náà fẹ́ lọ no ó gbé àwọn méjì wọn náà fẹ́ lọ rọ́ǹjẹ òun mọ̀ pé Fúlàní ni wọ́n deceive ẹ̀ so ìkànnì gbáwọn lọ sí ìgboro padà wọ́n lọ rọ́ǹjẹ yẹn òun àtọwá tó ń gbé padà tó wá dé kínní àṣà wọn ti fi àdá sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ títì so bóun ṣe ń pààkì pé kó gbowó lọ́wọ́ wọn wọ́n kọ̀ yọ àdá yẹn ni ẹ máa sọkùnrin òun dẹ̀ ń pa àwọn kéékèèké òun fẹ́ bá wọn jà ẹ understand but ọ̀ṣà aládàá yẹn gan ọ̀ṣà káàkiri ní gbogbo rẹ̀ ọ̀ṣà lórí ó sì fist láti bá wọn jà but ẹ mọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó ń gush ó lose conscious and they left him there. Lọ́kàn wọn àwọn rò pé ó ti kú but Ọlọ́run pa arákùnrin náà ó survive ẹ̀ pé òbí àmọ́ lè mú picture jáde or kí n move because wọ́n ṣe send kìíní ẹ̀sìn mi ní last year oracle. Bàbá kan máa ń wá tí máa ń sọ pé kó bá mi kí Guru Maharaji lára àwọn boy tó ń bá mi náà ṣiṣẹ́ but Guru ló ń bá ṣiṣẹ́ níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Eventually, Kimaforogun, we rescued this young man. We sent money home. He was treated and he's doing very well now. I'm talking about 3 years ago. Ó ti ń lọ pé 4 nísìn. So gbogbo time yẹn èmi ti ń fire up. Body mi ti ń fire gan pé ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ìpè ká pátì. Kò tẹ̀lé survive mọ́ kó tó wá di pé àtúwá lọ pàdé bàbá Akíntóyè so ṣe rí pé kíní ẹ̀kọ́ boost because èmi ti jáde mo ti fire up gan lórí social media kódà tó o bá gbọ́ rí I know my mom is watching right now but I'll just say this bàbá Akíntóyè ló pè mí nígbà tí mo ní màá lọ jó embassy the video went viral. Bàbá Akíntóyè ló sáré pè mí pẹ̀lú ẹ̀gbọ́n mi George Akínọlá I think TJ wà níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn I can't remember lọ pè mí pé pé kí n jọ pé kí n má ṣe o pé bàbá olówó lọ́wọ́ ló ra lé yẹn nǹkan Bàbá Akíntóyè was pleading with me because I was boiling tó bá lọ wo àwọn videos mi tí mo ṣe nígbà yẹn àwọn kan fi mọ̀ pé àwọn kan ní mo ti ní problem àwọn kan ní mo ti ní psychiatric problem kan gbé mi lọ hospital olúkálùkù ń sọ oríṣiríṣi I didn't care I didn't listen to anybody mo ti Ọlọ́run tí ní mi àti olóyè máa tún pàdé ní gbogbo time tèmi fire up gidi inú bíbá náà mo jókòó sí o lè má mọ ìdí tí mo ní mo ṣe lọ jọ embassy bàbá lẹ́kìtì kan náà àwọn lè confirm fún yín ẹ̀bẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ wọn. He called while I was on a live show pé àwọn DSS báwọn DSS ń lé àwọn. Mo wá ní tó bá bí wọn dá tó bá gbé bàbá Èkìtì tí mo bá jó Nigerian embassy tó wà ní London, but I would not want to elaborate on that because I realized later pé àwa tẹ̀lé ní building yẹn, but ó lè ní irọ́ ni mò ń pa nígbà yẹn. Ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà á ti wà lójú kan tó bá jẹ́ pé ó ṣẹlẹ̀ because èmi mọ̀ ti fẹ́ ṣe, but I will leave that because that is no longer the case. I was serious about it, extremely serious. Mo kàn fún ẹ ní background kó lè understand pé bọ̀bọ̀ tó jókòó ìtòkọ̀ rárá ń wò. Mo lè má ní agbára bí tolóyè, but mo push. Ọlọ́run wá fẹ́ fi èèyàn tó tún ní intelligent àti ọgbọ́n àti làákàyè ó fẹ́ fi kẹwa ó wá connect ẹ̀mí mi àti olóyè Ìgbòho. I will tell you again how that happened because some of you don't know. Ẹ fi pé mo kàn jókòó pé mo níṣẹ́ because àwa mọ̀ bí táwa fi push ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ tá máa fi fa gbogbo yín sí the same level pẹ̀lú wa. Àwa jọ push Nigeria àwa fàyà because Nigeria ò lẹ́mìí. Gbogbo táwọn rò pé àwọn lè ṣe yẹn wọ̀ lẹ́mìí. I've watched a lot of videos and I've watched a lot of documentaries when it comes to Ijangbara, Ati, so many other things. That is not for public consumption. So I knew what can happen and what could be the end game. Economy, but the country will go down. But we have a good leader, and those leaders are guiding the movement. Tibani ká jáde ní gbogbo ìgbà ká lọ ṣe rally ká jáde tèmi pariwo nígbà yẹn because I knew that it will make a big impact. We will use that to push. I knew that Tebandro, the United Nations, Pefigba Yoruba Nation, 40 years from now, never back country kokon. But it is important that we use diplomacy because it's part of the game. See, international community no fair. Push the international side of things along the line. I'm just recapping so that some of you we are grateful to have somebody like Oloye Igboho and Baba Akintoye piloting this movement. IRA Tongbo. I don't know whether some of you knows IRA. IRA bomb Louis Konsheme 20. Tibaniwo bomb. And I want to link that now. Losing Kontoshele Nibado. Nígbà táwọn IRA tí wọ́n sọ fáwọn British pé àwọn ò fi ṣe pẹ̀lú wọn mọ́ kólúkálukú máa lọ ń lọ ó dá wọn lóhùn. Ṣé wọn pa àwọn òyìnbó àwọn rò pé àwọn ní weapon àwọn ní intelligent ọmọ kan máa ń sọ pé àwọn super power làwọn náà bákan. So wọ́n threaten àwọn IRA pẹ̀lú soldiers wọ́n ní láti 1970s. Ọmọ táwọn yẹn ṣe fún wọn wọ́n fojú wọn hàn máa bọ̀ kò ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́ fi ṣe. Wọ́n ń bọ́ǹbù ìlú yìí ní gbogbo ìgbà wọ́n threaten wọn propaganda wà níbẹ̀ oríṣiríṣi nǹkan lọ́ push sí. Nígbà tó máa kù ọdún kan tọ́lọ́run ní èmi náà máa láǹfààní àti wọ ìlú yìí ọdún kan péré ló kù. Bill Clinton kan náà the former US president àti Tony Blair níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn èmi bá Tony Blair as the prime minister of ìlú yìí 1997 ni wọ́n sign treaty tó ń pè ní the Good Friday Agreement. Maybe o ti kàwé yẹn rí àbó ìpọ̀tàn yẹn rí mo ti ṣe mọ́ program lára àwọn program tá a ti ṣe sẹ́yìn because púpọ̀ ní ẹ̀kọ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ ni àtàgbàlagbà tarúgbó ẹlòmíì ò tẹ̀ mọ́ dágbé dání ẹ rò pé eré là ń ṣe. The Good Friday Agreement was eventually signed so that kí IRA máa bá tiwọn lọ kí àlàáfíà lè jọba ní ọ̀dọ̀ England, because àlàáfíà òdòdó tiwọn nítorí pé wọ́n fún wọn ní nǹkan tó fẹ́. Now àwọn tá à ń sọ pé fẹ́ gbà lò àwọn náà ní fún yín lálàáfíà. That is why we are seeing so many chaos nínú ìlú tá à ń pè Nàìjíríà lénìí. And tó bá rò pé lọ́kàn ààrẹ lẹ́mìí ẹ̀ pé chaos tó lọ nínú Nàìjíríà, whether the proxy, whether it is not the proxy, pé it will eventually go away. It is not going anywhere. Ọbásanjọ́ ti fún wa ní expo, àwa la grab it. If you think that these people will go away, they're not going anywhere. Wọ́n ti ń groom àwọn set ẹlòmíì. And I'll tell you how. Mo rí Tony Elumelu, ọmọ Tony obìnrin, bí àkọ́bí ẹ̀, I don't know. Òun àti mo mọ̀ bí a Davos lọ wà, because Tony náà máa lọ sí Davos. But òun àti Benin President Patrick Stallone àti ìyàwó ẹ̀ ó introduce ọmọ ẹ̀ obìnrin sí Patrick Stallone. That means pé àwọn connect ara wọn ní level táwọn wà. Kí ló wá dé táwa náà connect ara wa ní level táwa náà rọra wà ká push gbogbo ẹ̀. Ìyẹn mi pé àní bá Tony Elumelu pẹ̀lú báńkì nílẹ̀ Yorùbá á sì wà níbẹ̀ kò kàn ní máa jẹ́ Nàìjíríà mọ́. Á dẹ̀ máa follow guideline àtòfin tábà ní. Gbogbo yín béèrè pé kí ni the end game fáwa, because some of you were even asking that kí làwa, what do we want to gain out of this? And I laugh when somebody asks that question. Bàbá tó bí mi orúkọ ẹ̀ ibi tóun ṣe dé èmi ti bá gbé jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Èmi tún wá ń bẹ Ọlọ́run pé àwọn ọmọ tèmi náà bí àti tá a sì máa tún bí kọ́lọ́run jẹ́ kí wọ́n lè tún gbórúkọ orúkọ yìí náà káwọn tún lè gbé fáà. Ìyẹn náà ti tó. So that years and years down the line tó bá ń pàtàn Yorùbá wọ́n á máa rántí èmi náà. That is what is in it for me. Orúkọ yẹn lásán ti tó. Gbogbo tó kù is just fẹ́rífẹ́rí ni. Fún ilé wọn bí option this àbí bí àtàbàgbà mẹ́dà lọ́jọ́ iwájú. It's just that. What has happened yesterday that is still unfolding in Ibadan? All I would just say is that it is not clear yet. From the videos I have studied and the videos I am still watching. A máa gbọ́ nínú àwọn videos yẹn. A máa gbọ́ díẹ̀ nínú wọn. Kólúkálukú wá judge lẹ́mìí ara ẹ̀. Even if it's a gas explosion, and I use the word even if it's a gas explosion. The topic to Momoa, I'm again asking, if you have never even donated money to this platform before, don't hesitate to do so. We beg you. We need, Sherry, the funding is needed so that, okay, Olanisin, a máa gbé wọn dìde kó lọ sí site. Bí a ẹ̀dẹ̀ nídẹ̀ kí n kúkú máa worry, because ọmọ yẹn ti sùn nísìn tó máa fi jí láàárọ̀ ó yẹ kémi ti prepare in tó lè gbé dìde lọ síbẹ̀. Because tí mo bá prepare, that means we don't want to see the clear image and pictures, even though tó bá tẹ restrict wọn níbì kan á tẹ̀ sì gbẹ́nu rọ̀. This is where we need this funding, because owó ta ná lánàá kọ́ la máa ná lénìí. Èyí tó fi ṣiṣẹ́ lánàá ìyẹn ti bá ṣe tàná lọ. Emergency ló dé nísìn. Kódà ó yẹ ká gbéyàn bí mẹ́ta dìde ni. Ẹni tó wà lÉkòó ó yẹ kí n máa prep ẹ̀ pé tílẹ̀ bá ti mọ́ máa darí lọ sọ́nà Ìbàdàn. Because in tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn, even if it is a gas explosion, as they are saying, even though Governor Gon lè confirm it. Governor, I believe, is in Lagos. Mo rò pé Débàdàn padà léni mọ́ because a ti ń lọ wọ ọjọ́ kejì. Ní Nàìjíríà ti wà ní 17, àwa ṣì wà ní some 10 minutes behind. Wọ́n lọ ṣe birthday 85th of Bisi Akande, I guess is in Lagos because mo ní gbogbo àwọn governors tó kù náà. So Ṣèyí Mákindé fúnra rẹ̀ á ṣẹ̀ máa wọ helicopter láàárọ̀ ọ̀la láti padà sí Ìbàdàn. Kò likely pé ó máa padà lálẹ́ yìí. So ó yẹ káwa náà lè gbéyàn dìde láti Èkó kí n move àwọn bíi ẹyọ kan. Méjì ló wà ní Ìbàdàn but ìkan wà on another assignment so that a lè mọ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, a lè gbọ́rọ̀ tiwa. Kò ní jẹ́ ṣẹ́rí nítorí pé ní mídíà ni pé sọ́ọ̀sì tiẹ̀ o lè rí láàrin lórí. Ok, ìgbà tí mo jáde mo ní bọ́ǹbù, àwọn kan nínú kan ṣe bọ́ǹbù, wọ́n ní gáàsì ni. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ó ti di ọ̀rọ̀ méjì. Tèmi bá gbé sọ́ọ̀sì tèmi lọ láàárọ̀ là nísìn, àwọn náà kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Kódà brother wa, bàbá wa, ẹ̀gbọ́n wa, uncle wa, because wọ́n jù àwa lọ, Oríyọmí Hamzat, àwọn gan sọ pé oògùn olóró àbíbá, a máa play audio yẹn, máa wọ́n dà pé kí ni wọ́n ń pè ní oògùn olóró. Oògùn olóró náà ni bomb. He also talked about it on his show, but we are not here to scare anybody because as far as we're concerned, we all know the current situation in Nigeria. So nobody needs to be worried or scared. Everybody knows Nigeria is where it is tonight. It is just that there is no security. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to play a couple of videos and audios. Kí gbogbo wa ká jọ farabalẹ̀, ká jọ gbọ́ wọn. Ká wá jọ gbé yẹ̀wò. Èwo gangan ló ṣẹlẹ̀ lánàá. Even if it's a gas, was it one of the sleeper cell or was it just an accident? Gas explosion happened in UK and people died. But ṣé tí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn ṣé was it Adoloro? Yeah, Adoloro Eshegon, yeah. Was it just a coincidence? Or should we just say, Anonymous warned us about the explosion in Ibadan, Lagos, and one other place, but we didn't listen. Okay. So the headline that we've tried to have there is, do we still have a future in Nigeria? Mo bèrè question yẹn lánàá. Mo tún bèrè lálẹ́. Ǹjẹ́ a ṣì ní ìrètí nínú Nigeria? Do we still have a future in Nigeria? What is the current security situation in Southwest? Kí ni current situation in Southwest? Bàbá rẹ̀ ní fún wa ní náírà, we will take it because money láti send owó sáwọn tó wà nílé. Bàbá fún wa ní pounds náà, máa fi app, máa fi send it. But I need to send, something to them to be able to move tomorrow so that we can get our own fact and interview one or two people and work quickly and get what we need to get. But I guess it is important that we should not sleep with our two eyes closed. Or important. I pray for all those that have been badly affected from this platform. We're not going to mock you. We're not going to be able to pull you down. But it is just what it is. Nigeria has just happened to us. Nigeria has happened to us because Omo Yoruba Lawa no. We might be 6,000 kilometers away. But trust me, I am feeling the energy of every single one of you. It gives us mental torture. Tabari tongbe eniti inkonselesi. The video where okogbe on méjèèjì sínú bí bàtà ní ọmọlanke wọ́n ti wọ́n lọ. nílùú tó lọ́ba tó níjòyè àdé máa sọ pé Ìbàdàn is kìíní kan the largest city in Africa àbí báwo kọ́ la máa sọ. It just shows that Baba Akintoye was right. Kò sílùú kan tó ń pè ní Nàìjíríà is a fraud. Gbogbo àwa tí a jẹ́ ọmọ ọkọ Yorùbá ta sọ pé ká forget it. But àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kan sọ pé no, báwọn ṣe ní future nínú Nàìjíríà. We will try our best to convince you that there's no future. So I'm going to start playing every little thing that have come through Koikimedia platform in the last few hours. Some of the videos I can't show you because of the social media rules. So let's start with this one.
This evening in Ibadan. So we've been told that you are on site, sir.
Yes, I am.
Can you give us a brief description of what happened based on the information you've been able to gather so far?
The only way it can be described is that there was an explosion. What caused it? No one can ascertain now. The people that live in this area, everyone just had the noise of explosion. And of course, the noise reached as far as up to Jericho, Lokmeru, and what. That is to say that it must have been a big explosion.
Of course.
Where we are now, we've seen a crater of the explosion has caused. Of course, so many houses within the radius of 500 meters away from.
Let me pause there. It is important that, you're going to need the pen and paper. Money paper, but you have pen. So there's some points that is being raised there that we must not lose. I heard the word crater in that interview. Crater. Okay, so crater.
Crater.
What is the meaning of the word
Crater?
A large bowl shape cavity in the ground on a celestial object, typically one caused by an explosion or the impact of meteorites. A large bowl used in an ancient grave. So crater.
Crater.
And Tom Basoroyan mentioned the word crater. Again, what is the definition? Kò sí volcano lọ́dọ̀ tiwa, a dúpẹ́ f'Ọlọ́run. Ní Iceland, in the last couple of days, there's an eruption of volcano. What we have heard that could create this hole in the ground made by an explosion. I'm just reading the definition of a crater. I'm trying to be as much as just looking at Intatigbo, at Intari. I'm not judging of what has happened now. I don't have a clear evidence. But we're just doing what I called analysis now and what we can do to prevent such in the future. Even if it's a gas explosion, there must be safety around it. The word crater, C-R-A-T-E-R, Charlie Romeo Alpha Tango Echo Romeo, is a hole in the ground. Kí ló lè create hole, manhole, tí kò ṣe pé wọ́n dig ilẹ̀ kí ló lè create? It could be anything. But the most important thing tó lè tètè create, tó lè erupt, if you watch the current situation of what is happening in Palestine, you will cry. Because àwọn bọ́ǹbù yẹn bó ṣe ń land gbàgà ó create crater. Go and watch some of the videos of the damage of Israel to Palestine. Bomb. Omo. Àwọn send the bomb yẹn láti ibì kan ni. Ẹni tó ń sùn kò mọ̀ pé bomb ń bọ̀. Just like àwọn èèyàn kan ti wà lórí bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ti fi sùn nínú ilé wọn, especially in Nigeria, tó bá ti ń di 8 o'clock ilẹ̀ ti ṣú gan lọ́dọ̀ ti yín, because kò sí 25 hours activities ní anywhere nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Everything goes dead latest by 8-9 p.m. And that incident was just almost happening close to 8. Àwọn kan ti reside, wọ́n lọ sùn. Though àwọn kan ṣì máa ṣe high life, àwọn ní fàájì, àwọn ní tó ní bar, restaurant. But area yẹn nìkan ló kọ́ máa busy. And now there's no weekend. So that means many people want to hit home that was not on the traffic. So what we are hearing from this man, let's put it back a little bit.
People look my rope and what. That is to say that it must have been a big explosion.
Of course.
It must have been an explosion. So first and foremost, everybody confirm that is an explosion. Entirety confirm ni pé ṣé gas explosion ni àbí bomb explosion àbí dynamite or anything that can create a crater to then create evil. That is what we don't know yet.
Where we heard now, we've seen a crater.
What ti rí crater yẹn? What ti rí evil? Okay, now tọ́ba náà ní wọ́n rí evil. I mean, I'm just talking now from my own head. Ṣé wọ́n gbé gáàsì síbẹ̀ ni ló wá explode? Ṣé nìyẹn lọ ra gas ibi tó ti move cylinder? I mean, all this now, we should get at tó bá jẹ́ pé ìlú tó ní làákàyè bíi bíbáyìí kí aago mẹ́fà tó lù láàárọ̀ yìí ọlọ́pàá gbọ́ mo ní right láti béèrè lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́pàá kó fún mi ní preliminaries of what has happened, just the preliminaries. Mo ní kó fún mi ní full sketch. Tó bá yẹ pé ọ̀dọ̀ wa nísìn as a journalist tí bá dé site yẹn ọlọ́pàá máa allow mi kí n wà ní ibi tó fi cordon sí to take picture and to report from there. Ọlọ́pàá gbọ́dọ̀ wá fún wa ní the first hand preliminaries of what has happened, because what happened when ṣe ń tọ́ máa bò mọ́lẹ̀ láti fi pretend pé it is nothing. Because, and I'll tell you why I'm saying that. Let's go on Seyi Makinde's Twitter handle. And the message coming out from them is everybody should calm. Oh yes. But how can you calm when there is pandemonium, problem tí wọ́n nù nù? Hey, ha, gbogbo la máa gbọ́ náà àwọn videos kankan. We expect you to support us tonight so that we can move our team tomorrow morning. Lashedumari. Okay? Official. You can see how these people don't have human sympathy. The last message to Shiwa Lori page Seyi Makinde in the last 6 hours. It was an honor to share the 85th birthday celebration of His Excellency Chief Bisi Akonde. Oh, Ibadan ló ti ṣe. So that means Seyi Makinde should be in Ibadan. Tó bá ti lọ sí Abuja. I'm not sure why he was not at the scene of the event. It shows that the governor is probably not even in the state. Because they don't sleep in the state. So, where is the governor? Where is Seyi Makinde? Why is he not on the site Maybe he's gone for another engagement, as we'll be told. But he has not even updated his own official Twitter handle with this event. But the state have done that already. So let's go to the state website, Twitter handle, or your state government. 3 hours ago, update. Relevant agencies are carrying out search and rescue operations, at the scene of the incident. Residents of the state are urged to remain calm as your state government is on top of the situation. I'll tell you it's a lie, and you might ask me how. Ta ló rántí armed robbery event kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ìbàdàn tí àwọn adogunjalè, whatever you call it, armed robbers, tó attack bullion van? The same kind of message was put out, but eventually nothing much happened. That is Nigeria. Let's come back to Crater. So now we should be able to find out tomorrow from the agencies what literally transpired in Tofa Crater. Kí ló lè fà? Ṣé wọ́n move gas ni? Because in táwọn èèyàn sọ ni pé, okay, ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé lọ́dọ̀ yín irú ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa nísìn tí gas explosion bá ṣẹlẹ̀ in any of this building, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká rí gas explosion. The moment tí ilé yẹn, and I'll tell you the reason why there is a lot of havoc in Nigeria, in Ibadan yesterday. Ibi báyìí nísìn tó bá gbọ́ràn gas, you expect to shut the gas down lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. O gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ bí tí gas pipe wà nínú ilé láti lè shut it or turn it off. But tó bá yẹ pé building kan explosion ṣẹlẹ̀ láti ọ̀dọ̀ tí wọn, àwọn tó ń supply gas, they will turn it off straight away, because tó o bá turn it off, ó máa gbé, ẹ mọ̀ pé àwa pipe làwa ń lò, ẹ̀yin ò lo pipe system, ẹ̀yin ò tí wà advanced, Ìbàdàn ò tí wà civilized, ẹ ṣì wà ní era àwọn ọjọ́ tó ti pẹ́. So bottle cylinder lẹ́yìn ṣì ń rà, àwọn ò ra bottle cylinder níbí báyìí. Everything has been piped into the house. That means pé tí bá pè 999 pé I can smell the gas, wọ́n lè ní kí n turn off títọ̀dọ̀ ti mi. But tó bá yẹ pé call lọ sọ́dọ̀ emergency pé there's a gas explosion, the next thing is the supplier of that area automatically turn the whole gas or shut it down so that kò ní sí more explosion. Now, kí ló fa crater ojú kan? Ṣé gas yẹn náà ló boom? Ṣé gas yẹn pọ̀ ni? Ṣé wọ́n kó sójú kan ni? Gbogbo yẹn tó bá dọ̀là la máa mọ̀. Ṣé iléeṣẹ́ gáàsì wà níbẹ̀ yẹn? I don't have all this information yet. But I can tell us that this could be far bigger than what we are thinking. But it will become much clearer. So again, a hole in the ground made by the explosion of a bomb or a shell. Bóyá gas yẹn gbà tó explode, ó wá jù rẹ̀ síbẹ̀ yẹn, and I don't know. So let's go back to listen to this man.
The explosion has caused, of course, so many houses within the radius of 500 meters away from where we suspected the thing started.
Wow.
500 meters away from ibi tí kíní ẹ̀ ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Àwọn ilé tó wà 500 meters were all affected. badly damaged. And I saw a very clear, better video. See, NEM video, it was a 4-minute. But I'm going to send in sorry. Let's pause on that and watch this video. Okay, let's listen to this.
Anything, láti iwájú tó fi dé ẹ̀yìn bus quarter àwọn kò ṣe anything kù. This is our place. Ẹnìkan ló ń pariwo help ní that side yẹn, so ti rí wọn. Ẹnìkan ló ń pariwo help ní ọ̀kan. Gbogbo gate everything ló já dànù. Gbogbo gate everything ló ti já dànù. People are flying help. This place, wait to. Look at it.
Okay. Ibi báyìí bí kòtò ni. Kòtò tó ń sọ yẹn nǹkan pè ní crater nìyẹn lédè òyìnbó because kò sí kòtò yẹn níbẹ̀ lánàá kò sí níbẹ̀ lórí lálẹ́ kó tó di pé incident yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká túbọ̀ gbọ́ fídíò ìdí ẹ̀ sí.
Gbogbo tó wà nínú stop gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò Yínká gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò. Ẹ̀mí la dúpẹ́ fún báyìí o gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò Yínká gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò àdéhùn sá gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò Yínká gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò ẹsikísà ẹ wò sà táwọn detectives bá dé ibà ní ìṣù yẹn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ lọ wo dungeon. Yes.
Okay, there's a word dungeon popping from that video. What is the meaning of dungeon? Dungeon. So when we say dungeon, D-U-N-G-E-O-N.
Dungeon.
Dungeon. Lédè Yorùbá, I think tabani dungeon òun náà ni a máa pè ní àjàlẹ̀. I hope I'm right. Ẹ bá mi fi sínú comment section. Arákùnrin yẹn sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sẹ́yìn díẹ̀ sí.
Sir? Gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò Yínká gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò. Excuse me. Ẹ wò sà táwọn detectives bá dé ibà ní ìṣù yẹn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ lọ wo dungeon.
Okay, ẹ lọ wo dungeon kan níbẹ̀ yẹn. Now, what is the meaning of dungeon? D-U-N-G-E-O-N.
Dungeon.
A strong underground prison cell, especially in a castle. UK, tí mo ń gbé, ó ní àjàlẹ̀ tó pọ̀ gan. Tó bá rò pé underground tí máa ń ṣò yẹn nìkan ló wà, lábẹ́ underground yẹn ó tún náà another underground because àwọn ti jagun tó pọ̀. So abẹ́ ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ ló máa ń sá sí nígbà tó ń jagun. So wọ́n ní a lot of underground bunkers. Kódà number 10 Downing Street yẹn ó ní underground tiẹ̀. The same thing ní White House. Òun náà ní lift tó máa gbé lọ sísàlẹ̀ tó máa lọ jáde síbòmíì. Tó o bá mọ̀, mọ́tò gan own drive lábẹ́ tó máa fi gbé rescue àwọn important personnel. Kí ni dungeon yẹn ṣe níbẹ̀ yẹn? Because nígbà tá a jáde tẹ́lẹ̀ impression táwọn kan fún wa ni pé gas ni. Up to now I don't have any clue what has happened. I am just doing my own analysis. Tí bá dẹ̀ ti fẹ́ lọ sùn, I'll just say ó dàárọ̀. I'm just doing my own analysis around what has happened, which is what, you know, any media in UK will be doing tonight.
Dungeon.
What is the full meaning of
dungeon?
The word dungeon, meaning a dark, usually underground prison, comes from the French word donjon, which also gives us our English word donjon, meaning an inner tower in a castle. Donjon was first used in English in the 14th century. Nigeria was created in the 19th century. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá didn't exist as at that time. For the stronger tower in the inner part of a castle. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sára fídíò yẹn. Or to repeat it again, these are the real eyewitness, because tílẹ̀ bá mọ́ nísìn, ọlọ́pàá lè sọ nǹkan míì. At least these are the real eyewitness, and in any crime, eyewitness is what makes the real evidence. Okay, this is going to be a lot of, traumatize a lot of people. I understand. My job is not to deal with the traumatized part of what has happened. What I'm doing right now is to be able to find out that it is not what we are thinking. That is all. In terms of money, we need experts that can travel down there. If you are in Nigeria, if you can get to that area, psychology, whatever, doctors, move to Ibadan and help our people. Help me now. Kémi náà lè mobilize àwọn èèyàn tiwa náà from the media side, because if not, I don't have to send anybody there tomorrow. Intabari lórí social media náà la máa tún mú wá fún yín láti máa fi sọ̀rọ̀. And moreover, there's other things that we want to talk about, but this is an emergency. Ibadan is a very important part of Yoruba land. This is what we should be talking about, at least for the next couple of hours. Then tomorrow, we'll see how it goes. But about for any resources, we will move our media there tomorrow. If I don't see any resources, I'm sorry, I will not move the team there tomorrow. I can't. Media is all about funding. I've watched BBC, and I could be wrong. I don't think BBC, I'm not talking about BBC Yoruba, their main headquarters in the UK. I don't think they've talked about it. Neither have all the other mainstream media. You know why? It is not an important news to them. "18 minutes past midnight at 17th January 2023. We're talking about the Ibadan explosion. And I'm just using a video that I picked online and so many other ones that we talk about. We are already 1 hour, 19 minutes into the program. I will see how my body can take it. If I can do 3 hours, if not, we will do less than that. Okay. I don't understand why it's mentioning dungeon. At the low meaning dungeon. Gas explosion. Gas you know. Nobody heard about that so far in all the videos I've monitored. But I am not on the ground. I will not go with anything more than the fact that there is no clear evidence of what has happened. But I just hope it is not what I am thinking. If they can rule that out, we are still safe. If the evidence cannot rule that out, we are already in danger. And you should just go and prepare your mind for that. If tomorrow, ọlọ́pàá bá jáde pé canister gas yẹn nílé, òun ló fò láti ibẹ̀ yẹn ló lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn, òun ló create dungeon yẹn, ìkan fò lọ́bẹ̀ yẹn, ìkan fò lọ́bẹ̀, bí mọ́tò kan ló ń gbé gáàsì lọ tó explode, ó dẹ̀ máa fò, ó máa ta. If they can get us that information, we will be a little bit okay for the next couple of days and months and years again. Tí wọ́n bá ti fún wa ní clarity pé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn kò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú gas, ó dàbí pé ó fẹ́ jọ pé ó mẹ́nu lọ bíi pé àdó olóró ni, then we should start thinking in this direction. I just want to buttress that from this video. I'll continue video to my play, but let me just pull it out for us.
And the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down.
Let me appreciate one person just transferred 8,000. So that means you can really serious way they want this job to be completed tomorrow. And they've sent 8,000 through one of the apps. But I'm apps to my friend send the we can still use that to mobilize, even though it's not enough. Many of us love to watch this analysis, but I hope you will also remember that we're only going by what's up, what week. It will be good to see Koikimedia on the ground tomorrow. Koikimedia one bill and this. So I just want to appreciate whoever sent that 8,000 to say, I've received the notification. There might be no way more interject that video of Malafia. Let's go back to it.
So there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country.
Now, let's not rush that video. Ati bodada, bodoti pe, eni to shegan ti ku, ati aranti mo. Moving money, moving logistics. Irú logistics wo ló ń sọ? Ṣé gas wà lára logistics, because gas lè lo ó lè dá wàhálà lẹ̀. When we are saying that this Southwest, our governors yóò take it serious. Ṣé wọn pé nísìn mẹ̀kúnnù ló kọlù kò dọ́dọ̀ Ṣèyí Mákindé, because Ṣèyí Mákindé wà ní ibi tó ti wà protected away from these kind of atrocities. I know you might say, my link among Yoruba nation. We still have to. This country is just too big to look after us. And the best option now is to say, do we have future in Nigeria. And if we do, how guarantee and how are we safe in that future? I'm going to rewind a little bit.
One of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria.
It was very clear. Only now governor north. Arákùnrin yẹn tó ń bí pé ṣé past àbí current? Only current. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ́ ń wọlé, ẹ má bínú pé mo tẹ ojú wò yín pé kí n dárúkọ yín. Ó máa ń wá bẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan, especially mo máa ń sọ pé àwọn ọjọ́ kan wà a lè ṣẹ̀fẹ̀, but tí nǹkan bá serious kò ń ṣe pé àárí yín àfojúpa yín rẹ́, but ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń dunni lọ́kàn ni, kò wá mí pé àárí yín. Mo kí gbogbo yín àkójókòó, àkólàkàyè. Eléyìí ò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ APC, kò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ Ṣòwòrẹ́ àbí PDP. Ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá là ń sọ nísìn. Tó bá sọ fún wa pé gas explosion ó sì sàn díẹ̀, bó tó bá jẹ́ pé ìdàkejì ló bá mú wá, á jẹ́ pé a fail ara wa àtẹ̀mọ́ àtẹ̀yìn, nítorí pé arákùnrin wọn ni wa, bọ̀ a sọ pé ọjọ́ tó ti pẹ́ ni, kò likely pé ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ já continue.
Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing.
Okay, ó tún jẹ́ kó yé wa pé yàtọ̀ sí pé gómìnà kan tó jẹ́ current, ṣé Shettima ni nígbà tó ń ṣe gómìnà ti Borno, ṣé El-Rufai Little Finger ti Kaduna, ṣé Ganduje ti former governor Kano, èwo nù wọn ló ń point finger sí? Òun mọ̀ bọ̀ kò fẹ́ làmọ́lẹ̀, but a rí evidence pé Shettima, ìyẹn wọ́n sọ pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ní kí Tinubu kó kú, tó bá lọ kú tọ́lọ́wọ̀n nígbà fún wa pé kó kú, torí àgbọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́n pé kó kú, that means pé a ti gbéjọba Nàìjíríà lé terrorist lọ́wọ́ tán pè ní Shettima, because terrorist ní Shettima, òun kàn lè deny ẹ̀, ó mọ̀. Ó lè máa wá gbádá kó máa gbọ́ Yorùbá ju bó ṣe dálẹ̀ lọ, ó dàgbọ́ ní UI lòun ti ṣe tán, kò má ta. This could be even a sleeper cell tó ní kó wá kàwé nílùú Ìbàdàn. Sleeper cell àti kékeré ló ti máa ń gbìn wọ́n, ló ti máa fi wọ́n sáàárín wa. Àní wá mọ̀ pé sleeper cell, àní mọ̀ pé terrorist. Ganduje máa ń claim pé Ìbàdàn lòun ti ṣe tán, and then so what? It could be one of the sleeper cell. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn Koikimedia team, mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí, mo kí àwọn tó wà lórí Mixlr. Aago 12:00 ló fẹ́ lọ lò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ báyìí tí gbọ́ bóyá fún ìdí kan àbí ìdí kejì ẹ̀ ń ṣẹ̀tàn data yín ní Nàìjíríà, torí kò ṣe ẹlòmíì ò tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé nǹkan kan ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ìbàdàn. Diaspora náà gan ti ṣiṣẹ́ lọ, ó lè máa mọ̀. There was an explosion in Ibadan yesterday. Information so far says multiple casualties. I'll probably say maybe few people have died. A lot of places have been destroyed. In terms of ilé táwọn èèyàn ń gbé, gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa gbọ́. I'm going to try and push without talking too much so that Kali tètè pick up. Kó tó di pé bọ́dì tèmi náà máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ pé ilẹ̀ ti ṣú.
They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people.
Okay, tó bá ní prominent people, ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn rò pé bí àwọn governor, àwọn politicians, ṣé mọ̀ pé àwọn náà prominent people ni wá, àkọlówó ni, tálákà Ọlọ́run ni wá, because wọn ọmọ Yorùbá nísìn tó wà affected nísìn, they are prominent people. Nàìjíríà ni kòkò jẹ́ kó hàn lára yín ni. So who are the prominent people? Àwa náà ni àwa táwa because àwa ò gbé nínú village mọ́. Because ibi tí bọ́ǹbù okay kà má ní bọ́ǹbù ibi tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nísìnyí is a prominent place. Kò ń ṣe inú oko ìlú ni. So they are prominent people. Could it be what I am thinking, or could it be the other way around? Aago méjìlá ṣẹ̀lù èní ní 17th. Thank you so much for those of you that are still with us. Don't hesitate to support the platform.
I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022.
Okay. Ṣé mọ̀ pé 2022 ni Màláfíà ló tẹnu mọ́? Kí wá ló fi ṣe 2022 àti 2024 is 2 years difference. Why are we seeing an attack after 2 years? Because lọ́kàn tiwa àwa rò pé 2022 yẹn ni gbogbo ẹ̀ máa ṣẹlẹ̀ and after that kò ní sí nǹkan kan mọ́ but irọ́ lápá. Àwọn tó fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ àwọn sì prefer pé kó má tẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2022 yẹn kó ṣẹlẹ̀ after 2022. So 2 years after 2022 we are hearing about crater, dungeon, explosion, multiple casualties. Few people died in Ibadan. The question then is, what do we do as ọmọ Yorùbá? Tá bá wá sí orí program tá à ń ṣépè fáwọn olóṣèlú pé ẹ̀yin lẹ lówó lọ́wọ́. I wish I have money to take care of the security in Yoruba land, but I don't have the money. All I have is my small media empire tó lè tètè call attention wọn. Wọ́n lè náwọn mọ̀ wá, but àwọn ṣì ń wo pé àwa ta náà fẹ́ pín ìlú kí làwọn fẹ́ ní ṣe pẹ̀lú wa. But ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí ó kan èmi ó kan àwọn. We don't have to be enemies. Our path might be different, but how does putting security to protect the lives of our people, báwo ni ẹ ṣe jẹ́ ìjà láàrin wa? Okay, ẹ̀yin ò fẹ́ ká pín Nàìjíríà torí mùdùnmúdùn ti yín. Àwa ní kẹ́ pín Nàìjíríà àmọ́ ẹ ṣe àbòlé àwọn èèyàn wa lórí. That's all we're asking for. But what ṣe? Now we are seeing all these atrocities happening frequently, from kidnapping to killings and all sorts, until Tatubokwe, there was an explosion in Ibadan. Let's move swiftly. We're going to end this program in 28 minutes.
They want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
I don't think many of you understand the meaning of civil war. Ẹni Koiki àti Olóyè Ìgbòho àti Bàbá Akíntóyè àtàwa Yorùbá Nation campaigner. Èmi ti sọ pé èmi ò ń ṣe agitator. Don't call me an agitator. Mo lè má mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. We are campaigners and campaign me. So if anybody is still calling us an agitator, I will not answer. I am a campaigner for the right of my Yoruba people to get the hell out of Nigeria because kò lè hold mọ́. Center ti dàrú, crater ti wà nínú Nigeria, dungeon ti wà níbẹ̀, ọ̀rọ̀ méjì yẹn ó yọ jáde nínú nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ìlú Ìbàdàn. Àti bèrè kí ni meaning crater, àdẹ̀ ti bèrè meaning dungeon. So far, gbogbo fídíò tí mo gbọ́ lálẹ́ yìí àbí lánàá, mo gbọ́ bí kankan tán ní gáàsì lélẹ̀ níbẹ̀. Ṣáwọn yẹn ò rí gáàsì ni tán rí nǹkan míì tó bá dàárọ̀ la? We will find out much better. Let's go back again quickly.
Don't joke with what I'm saying. I have a PhD from Oxford.
Àti jókè pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ má jẹ́ ká tún gbọ́ ìtókù. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá àláìkò títọ́. Àti jókè pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa play àwọn videos eléyìí 29 seconds kò ń ṣe fídíò tó pọ̀ púpọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbọ́ díẹ̀díẹ̀. Okay, eléyìí nísìn àwọn tí wọ́n ń gbé lọ yìí mo ní lè show wọn inú pickup truck bígbà tábà ni wọ́n ń gbé ẹran àṣọ àwọn tí okay explosion la ṣe máa pè ara wọn ti já díẹ̀díẹ̀ ọwọ́ gbé wọn sínú ọwọ́ kan àwọn méjèèjì àwọn kan wá ń fídíò wọn ó yá súnmọ́ ká lè send ẹ̀ sórí social media no emergency, no preparedness. Everything is just messed up. Ti gbàgbéra pé sound yẹn loud gan. Ẹ jẹ́ ká so eléyìí okay akọ̀lẹ̀ máa gbọ́n kan tán sọ. Only see people. Àwọn méjèèjì Ìbàdàn bá oníkọ́sọ́mọ́ wọn. Wọ́n ń jẹporó àwọn méjèèjì. Emergency. See people struggling in Ibadan. See people. A woman and a man. See them. Ọgbẹ́ wọn sínú. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ wá àwọn videos yìí àti post ẹ̀ sórí Twitter. Máa ní Koiki show ẹ̀. Ní show ẹ̀ fún yín, mo sorry. But tẹ́ bá lọ sórí Twitter wa ẹ̀ bá níbẹ̀. Okay? A lè show ilé ìkan mọ́tò lè kan lásán lílé. So ilé is just showing more. So you can see the damage of the cars. So àwọn mọ́tò tó tí explosion yẹn kọlù. And mo sọ fún pé mi ti wo fíìmù tó pọ̀. Mo ti wo fíìmù débi pé tí explosion bá ṣẹlẹ̀, depending on the capacity of the explosion, which is normally a bomb. Bomb lèmi máa ń sábà rí tó máa ń pack. Akọ̀gbọ̀ tó bá dẹ̀ ti blow yẹn báyìí, akọ̀ máa gbá gbogbo nǹkan ní blast. But àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ní so far so good, ká fọkàn balẹ̀, kò séwu, no problem. Eléyìí náà ọ̀rọ̀ àpò lè ń pe Jésù ni. We live in Aya. À ń pe Jésù níbi tí ó jẹ́ ká ní oríṣiríṣi emergency. I don't know whether they eventually got there, but so far, let's go back. Okay, a lè gbọ́ woman yìí 24 seconds ní ká gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ.
Sorry, please come again. Sorry, please come again. What really happened? No, not there, but my mom stays in Adeni. Okay. My sister and my son. Okay. So they are badly injured. The house is demolished.
Okay, eléyìí ní the house demolished. So ilé ìyẹ́ àti sister àtọmọ ẹ̀, ilé yẹn ti dàwó, but wọ́n ti kó wọn lọ síbi kan tó ń gbà tọ́jú lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́.
They are still in the hospital now. Which hospital are they now? Redeemer Hospital. Beside this small, right? Oh.
You can see why I say it's going to be numerous. You'll be able to watch on different platforms, but find a feel with Koiki, if I don't say enough, we will not bother. And if we just do, we'll probably just do the little capacity that we can do. It will delay. Èdè tún sọ pé lọ wo ìwò yẹn. Ìwò wo ló ń sọ gan? Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n gbé bọ́ǹbù yẹn sí? Òkè àti nìkan ṣe bọ́ǹbù. Ibẹ̀ lọ gbé gáàsì yẹn sí. Ẹ̀jà gbọ́n kan tán lè náà sọ. Did you hear that? This is a big explosion. So far, gbogbo àwọn people yóò dárúkọ gáàsì o. Àwọn tó wà on the ground lélẹ̀. Kí ló dé táwọn ò sọ gas tí àwa ti wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ gas níta? You can see how they try to dilute information. Àwọn tó wà tó jẹ́ eyewitness, because these are eyewitness. Gbọ́bí kankan tí yàn kankan dárúkọ gas, but àwa tá wà níta àti dárúkọ gas. So àti dilute ẹṣẹ́ gan ni. Ìyàwó kan ẹ̀gbọ́n mi náà ní àwọn tí bá wa fi 20,000 síbẹ̀ ẹ ṣé gan. We will move tomorrow. Àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ ká move lọ́la. So I move lágbára Elédùmarè. Ẹ jẹ́ ká continue. Okay, I'm not going to use that word, but it's an F-bomb lòun sọ. Àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí àwọn tó dàbí pé wọ́n kàwé dé àbí a lè ná àwọn ọmọ ọkọ làwọn ilé náà. Ṣé wọ́n ní wọ́n á mọ̀ yàtọ̀ nínú gas àti àdó olóró? Wọ́n máa mọ̀ yàtọ̀. So why are we still living in denial? Do we have a future in Nigeria? Ọmọ wa ní jẹ́ kó ṣe àti ní security ọlọ́pàá tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá. Kódà IG tó wà ńbẹ̀ ní sọmọ Yorùbá ni. Army tó wà ńbẹ̀ ní sọmọ Yorùbá ni. Yet, so far, we just accept that àìtí mọ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Tó bá lọ jẹ́ tá à ń rò ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Màá wá ṣe mọ program tí mo máa ṣe lé lórí. But for now, I am just hoping. I don't want to pray about it, but I'm just hoping that it is not. But if it eventually become what I am thinking, I will share another presentation on that.
This is fucking massive.
Okay, now they are showing us something there. Because when they say it's a gas, you know, if it doesn't have gas, it will explode. To buy if it doesn't have gas in it, I just pay ilé kan tó ti ń ta gas yẹn ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ àbí lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ petrol station. But àdúgbò lélẹ̀ bá ṣe ń gbọ́. Àwọn ará yìí nísìnyí is because we can't get a picture properly, but the video indicate that on fọwọ́ kan kankan nílẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀bẹ̀ yẹn. So ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ níbí báyìí. All right. A dúpẹ́ fún ọba Elédùmarè. Mo fẹ́ lọ gbọ́ torí Yomi Hamzat yẹn. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá wa tí wọ́n fi 20,000 fi kún ètò wà ń bẹ̀. Ó dà pé ẹ ṣé mọ́mì wa màá kọ́ sọ pé Olúwa Fọlákẹ́mi mo ti rọ́wọ́ yín ìyá mi David, thanks so much. There's another money through our money kini 30,000, so we're good to go. We will go there tomorrow. Lágbára Elédùmarè, Ọlọ́run aṣọ adé ibẹ̀. I will make the team ready and prepare them. Mo fẹ́ lọ gbọ́n tí I guess I picked up one from brother wa Mumbo. Okay, now this is Yomi Hamzat speaking now. Ẹ̀jàgbọ́n kan táwọn sọ. Ẹ̀mọ̀ kan tó on the ground. Ẹ̀jàgbọ́n kan tó sọ. Ẹ má bínú pé mo pick comment látẹ̀kan. I will appreciate people in just about a few minutes. Kó tó di pa máa parí ètò yẹn.
Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tẹ́ sọ pé ilé ìtura kílẹ̀ pé bọ́ọ̀nù ni wọ́n ju àdó olóró sí rárá o.
Oh, Kunle Bakers. Okay, that was you. Thanks so much, my brother. I trust you. Òṣègùn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kò ní bàjẹ́ fún ẹ. Ẹ mọ̀ kí mi gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa. Nígbà tí mo gbọ́ àdó olóró, mo tún láti béèrè lọ́wọ́ backup channel team mi pé kí ló ń pè ní àdó olóró. Wọ́n ní bọ́ǹbù náà ni. Ó dà. Ẹ̀jàgbọ́n kan tí brother wa Yomi Hamzat. Ẹ̀jàgbọ́n kan táwọn sọ.
Wọ́n àjọ àdó olóró sílé ìtura bọ́ọ̀nù. Àgídìgbò ti débẹ̀ o, nǹkan kò ṣe lè ìtura bọ́ọ̀nù.
Okay, bọ́ọ̀nù yẹn dàbí bí hotel or something. So ẹ má ká mix ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Bọ́ọ̀nù is probably like a restaurant táwọn sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí pé wọ́n ju kankan síbẹ̀ o, but kí ló tún sọ lọ.
Àwọn tí wọ́n sọ pé A-small ni wọ́n ju àdó olóró sí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ o. Àgídìgbò ti dé A-small, wọ́n ju àdó olóró sí A-small o. Ibi tí ìbúgbàmù ti bú wá àdèyí ni.
Ibi tí ìdúgbàmù, kí ló ń pè ní ìdúgbàmù? The explosion.
Àdèyí Avenue. Déjì oyè lẹ́sẹ̀ street ló sì ti dún wá.
Okay, àti gbọ́ yẹn, ẹja gbọ́ the second one. àwọn anti-bomb squad wọ́n náà ti débẹ̀. Okay, so tábà wò lọ a rí pé àdúgbò ní incident ti ṣẹlẹ̀ orí street kan ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí street kódà lọ́dọ̀ wa náà ṣọ́ọ̀pù wà restaurant wà petrol station wà gbogbo ẹ̀ wà church wà dc wà the same thing lọ́dọ̀ tiwa náà but so far àti ìgbọ́bí kankan tán ní ibi tó ti ń ta gáàsì ní ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Maybe tomorrow we will get a clarity, God willing. Ẹ jẹ́ àgbọ́dọ̀ yẹn díẹ̀ sí i. So, even up to yesterday, based on it, Baba, our brother, Egbowan saw Oriyomi Hamzat, they could not confirm anything to do with gas. It is already 2 o'clock on the ground, Lọ́dọ̀ wa ní Yorùbá land, Nìbàdàn. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So in less than 4 hours, 5 hours maximum, the air will breathe and we will find out more about. Okay, my send account in Jacolu Sholambere account details on Facebook. I'll send that now. I don't know whether we want to add 1 or 2 voice. Do you want to call in? Probably maybe just for 1 or 2, 3 people. Let's open the phone line. Let's open the phone line. I know it's a bit late. Case 411 says, so Boko Haram don't enter South last. They've always been with us, but they were sleeper cells. If you know the studio number, you can call in. I'll send the details in a minute. Safety domain say, they say the area is all private residential houses. Only matter gas, we don't know. But tí a bá mú confirmation pé wọ́n ta gas níbẹ̀, and that means it is exactly what we are thinking. But so far, in the last few hours after the Moshe breaking news here, more anywhere to anybody indicate pé wọ́n ta gas ládùúgbò yẹn. Ìyàwó Ogabikila and Koni, they are all residents, so that area is not if it doesn't take gas. But again, olówó kan lè máa tà láàrin inú ilé ń bẹ̀ ká má mọ̀, or cost stockpile, or it could be anything. But we've heard about crater, dungeon, massive explosion, 500 meters, ẹ̀rántí máa yẹn tó ní 500 meters away from the incident, gbogbo ilé tó wà níbẹ̀ ọ̀parẹ́. But like I said, I just hope it's not what we are thinking. Because if it is that, then the security agency in Southwest needs to beef up quickly. Because what happened like this is that there might be another one. There might be another one. And this is where intelligence is very, very important. I just hope it is not what we are thinking. All the states in the Southwest must beef up their security as quickly as possible. Oh yes, all the Boko Haram are already resident with us. We saw in that video. Let me play that video just to remind us. Thanks so much, Yami David and Kunle Bakers and the other individuals as well. I'm sure we all remember this. I'm sure we all remember. Let's listen to this.
What's your name? Huh? What local government? Where are you from? Where are you from originally? From where? Kaduna State. Okay. Okay. With your brother. And you're coming out under what local government? Local government. Do you have a family house in Lagos Island? No. Okay. What's your name? Luka. What? Luka. Where are you from? From Kaduna State. Kaduna State. What local government are you coming out from? Who gave you the indigenship certificate? National. What's your name? Zakaria. Where are you from? Kaduna State. Huh? Lagos. Where did you get the indigenship certificate from? I'm staying with my uncle. Your uncle, speak up, please. Yeah, I'm staying with my uncle now. Shoba Yoruba. Shoba Yoruba. Shoba Yoruba. Shoba Yoruba. Shoba Yoruba.
Okay. Mo ṣe ń rí mọ́mì wa Fúnmi Stella, àwọn ṣe ń fún mi ní another development here pé is an earthquake. We didn't even look at that angle. Okay. Ẹ má bínú pé mo ṣe ń rí comment yẹn ni. That would be a very new one. Earthquake in Yoruba land. Okay. We should not rule anything out. Ashati Shema Binu Mosharini, thanks so much. Victor Obina, so we break up Nigeria now to save lives. Mokiyawa Ashati Shile Yoruba. Eshegomomi Fumi Stella. One hour share Banyo Consoro, and she just posted that 1 minute ago. One earthquake ni. Okay. I don't want to rule that out because this time last year, ó máa pé 1 year tí earthquake tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Turkey. I mean, of us remember. It's going to be 1 year very soon. Many people died, houses collapsed, and lives were lost. What happened for footballer cannot kunigbe? We were praying that he won't die, but eventually, I think he died. Many people lost their lives in that earthquake. So I'm not going to rule that out because, like I said, what we have just done tonight is just analysis around what could be. But our family, they will try to cover up definitely. That would be very bad if our security agency cover up, especially so that our people will just be aware of this situation and we can prepare. So let me appreciate many of us to our program. We've spoken a lot. Program Tafiwashilale Tele Konlile, but D-Ray Sokwe, did you see the damaged cars and building? It was never an earthquake. Okay. And an earthquake, no man damage. So I want to go back again on Twitter and see what more people are saying. Ibadan is still trending. Bomb is trending. So if you look at the two, Ibadan Lower Locate, Bomb Lower Nisale, Ibadan is 290,000 K post, while the bomb is 105. So let's look at the bomb and see what is happening. All right, bombing and link more. Okay, bomb also for me now other countries around the world. So some reports are saying it is a gas explosion. Some are saying it is a bomb. Really don't believe it's a gas explosion can go that far to affect 5 to 10 streets. Okay. And she gas little up to 5 streets. It depends on how heavy the gas is. I don't know. Elaine, just got a call from my parents that the house is no longer hospitable because all the glasses are broken, ceiling came down. My mother said it sounded like a big bomb. Ìyẹn arákùnrin Ayobami at Don de Kojo 5 hours ago. She saw a big red ball that exploded. I don't know if anybody understands what that means. When I read iná tó tàn to explode. I'm looking at some other ones. So let's go to Ibadan just to get the breakdown from there. Mr. Fabni, earthquake in Bodija, Ibadan. Well, that is what Mommy wa kan sọ fún wa. Wọ́n ṣe comment kò tí pẹ́. Wọ́n ní ìtàn orí nìyẹn. There are so many ways you can help. We have the coffee, we have everything. It's about convenient for you. If you're a doctor, please make your way there tomorrow and see how you can help. But that one only the blood donation as well. We encourage you to all go there, please. Omo Konti Sonu, but we hope that they found the child because yes, Sakuro Nule Yakoko Feragbe Arekuro from Sinule. God help us. This little boy, I'm not going to show his face. This little boy was found around Songo looking for his mother. He said his mother ran to safety after the loud bang and the vibration in Ibadan. His name is Shotonde Kodi. I hope somebody has come out to say, I want more. Yeah, let's just say, ẹni tí Ṣàngó bá wọ inú kan kò ní bá wọn bọ́ bá kò so. Àkọ́kọ́ lé ẹ̀mí ara ẹ̀. Even on nínú plane, wọ́n á ní tí plane yẹn bá fẹ́ já kọ́kọ́ fi gáàsì sí ẹnu tiẹ̀ kó tó think about the next person. Kọ́ máa pẹ́ méjèèjì lẹ́jọ́ máa lọ. So I don't know why the mother ran out of the house and left the son. This incident happened again, believed to be gas. This is coming from EONS Intelligence 4 hours ago at about 7:25 p.m. Time is very, very important. They must check everything up to the details. Tomorrow we hope we get more up to date. So what Timori so far is about 4 hours ago. I'm not seeing anything current. This incident in Ibadan shows that the emergency system in our country is dead. It has been dead long time ago. See how they are packing injured people inside the private e-locks and the bike instead of ambulance. Out of 24 hours in a day, take 23 hours to lay curses on our politicians. It shall never be well with them. Hello, sorry, Koikimedia Twitter. Okay, Reno Mokere was what happened in Ibadan an earthquake or a man-made explosion? Nigeria needs answer. So I'm trying to see if there's any latest development. Our thoughts and prayers are with you from London, and I believe so from everywhere around the world. We use 1 minute silence for those that have died. I guess 1 or 2 people must have died. So we do 1 minute silence before we go. Kobeledumari ko bawa foriji ubantowa affected in this very terrible situation that has happened in our country called Nigeria, that has killed many of our people. Your guess is as good as mine. We don't have a country, but we call it our country. It can't protect us. It can't save us. I've tried to be very, very calm because it's also emotional. But like I always say, one thing inside me on the other side, it might not be a taste bud to all of us. That would then make our people know that we are serious. But we are people that are very, very, even if it's a bomb, people will still say, Koiki, Ejeka manage in Nigeria. So I won't be surprised. Ejeka Demobe, I will move the team in the morning. I'll call them. I know they are sleeping now, but I'm going to first call them so that it's too bad, I don't have to call him. But I've got to move on from Lagos, call it off for Okum, so that we can be able to get some kind of, what about Bemiji? I'll see if I can get the other one to one assignment very close to the area. So I'm going to do that now. So for many time in Loshin, I know it's 2 o'clock in Nigeria. Thank you so much. Let's pray for those back home. Be very, very vigilant. Very, very vigilant. That's what I'm going to say. Moki gbogbo ilé kan sí, moki ọmọdé, moki àgbàlagbà, moki àmì, moki bàbá Akíntóyè, moki ìyàwó Tọ́pẹ́, moki ìyàwó bàbá wa Olúwatóbi Olúṣesí, moki Jack Olúṣọlá, Kunle Bakers, moki ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, ìyàwó Táíwò Kíkẹ́, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Yẹmí Fátókì, moki gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà l'Ékòó, Mr. Pan, Peter, what happened in Ibadan, please? I guess that was some comment earlier, but I'm sure you got the message now. Just Reason, say, well done, Koiki. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Maze Gold, shout out to you. Daddy Fab, Eshegonisa. Yeah, Malushalani, that was not an earthquake. There would have been a long line of buildings, destruction, and a tremor, not an explosion. Yeah, because monotonic earthquake, it's talking. Every building might collapse. Moki Yawa Tony entrepreneur, your Instagram. Baba Bamidele Okonla Moki Isa. Moki Richie Money. Kunle Bakers, thank you so much for those that have sent, their very, very big token so that the team can move tomorrow. We appreciate. D-Ray said the response was pathetic. The injured were all packed on the back of a pickup truck. Very sad. Baba Kunle Shita, Arole Odudua. Eitema Wolola Mokin Sile. Yawola Jere Koka. Mr. Bello Ismail Amokinyi. Baba Tokwe. Mr. Biodu Monday. Baba Adeni Oluwadamilare Mokinyi Lori Twitter space. Mixela. Odankwa in the Kole Wambe. Eshigani. Any allow Baba must have joined and slept off. And one soon on the program, I'll back the soon. àwọn still mi gan-an máa ń gbàgbé sùn lọ. Wọ́n máa ń wonder pé báwo lèmi ṣe survive. Mo ní mi lèmi ṣe èmi gbọ́dọ̀ sùn lórí program. Tí bá ti sùn lórí program wàhálà dé nìyẹn. Mo kí grandma, mo jáde Sanya, mo kí ẹ̀yin tí akítẹ̀ táàrí yín náà, gbogbo yín náà la kí. Ìjáyà, thanks so much my brother. Mo kí àwọn tó wà ní ọjà ọ̀dàn. Victor mo kí ẹ. Pastor Emmanuel Togba, mo rí yín bẹ́ẹ̀, wọ́n ní Yorùbá nation no going back. Àwọn pastor tó mọ̀ yìí. Tijani Abdulbairu, last man standing. Ìyá mi Olúwatósìn Àṣàbí Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀gànni. Mr. King. Grandma Modupe Lawa, when I pity Yoruba that are still sleeping, Show. Greg, Akim Ayodele, and I guess I've touched on everyone. Adebayo Kikiola Emmanuel. Mom see me now, man, soon Orieto. Olakunle Wambe. Arole Odudua, Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa. But mom see me the bike what time by one soon. We should declare by one to listen. So call on back a little bit to an Ibadan. Ojulala confidential. We have sleeper cells among us. So let's end it like this. We will fire up in the morning from the Koikimedia team. Eshigoni. Oranyalamasun. Odaro. Good night and God bless Yoruba land. It's a very tough situation. We should not be surprised of anything. We should just be preparing our mind for whatever is going to happen. But the best is going to happen. It will be painful, but Nigeria mark me. It just to mark me or not to mark me. Pastor Mo, Mori Lori, brother Mimayegun, Mori commenting. I was watching the program behind the scene as well. Good night, everyone. The Koikimedia family. Ti Babakito Etan Kaloye. I saw in the jockey Jilola. We see if we can do more on that. For now, Ibadan Tigba Inimo Alowo Padokwe for long. Good night. Kabeja. Ìgbàgbọ́ àti bẹ̀rù kàṣiṣẹ́ ìṣọ̀kan ìkẹjẹ tẹ̀síwájú. Ọmọ Odùduwà kò sí ipò ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀ àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Orion Lamasun. You know what we do? I'm going to close broadcasting layer concon, but behind it, I'm going to go Baba Wata Nife, Kolon by Lidomari, Koba Nife. But when you pay, can for any feedback, message, and by deliver from Baba Oloyegbo, Kolon Baba Droti, Kowa Balwe, at Amolebe. Hold on.